No one ever thought that back in 2001, Bajaj would bring a revolution in the Indian motorcycle market. The revolution was called Pulsar, and it was launched with the Pulsar 150. If you remember the round halogen headlight Pulsar, yeah, that's the one. And ever since that, we have grown looking at the Pulsars. The Pulsar 150 is with us today. Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. I am Abhinav Bhatnagar and this is the Pulsar's legacy, the Pulsar 150. Special thanks to Sai Service Wakadewadi for providing us this bike for this review. And don't worry, because they are keeping your safety in mind and following all the guidelines issued by the government. They are checking your temperature as well as sanitizing the bikes. You can visit their dealership for best offers on Bajaj and KTM products. And if you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss an update from the Explorers. You can also go ahead and check out our Instagram, Facebook and Twitter pages. We would love to have a chat with you. So shall we begin with the review of the Pulsar 150? So the Pulsar 150 BS6 with the halogen headlamp and the halogen pilot lamps. Along with that are the bulb style turn indicators. If you remember, I usually say that it's time to upgrade to LED turn indicators. But for this bike, I feel this look suits it and it should remain like this always. With that are the telescopic front forks and a 1990 section MRF Zapper tire mounted on a 17-inch black coated alloy wheel. Now the Pulsar 150 gets a single channel ABS. So you have a 280mm disc brake in the front, and I should tell you that the Pulsar 150 is available in two variants. One is the standard single disc and the drum in the rear, and the other one is double disc, which we have with us today. It looks really gorgeous in the black color and with the red inserts in it. So this is the black red variant, and this bike is available in total 7 colors. So you have a wide variety to choose from. And as always, the bike gets a 15-liter fuel tank and has a claimed fuel efficiency of 50 kmpl. So you can easily get 45 kmpl in the cities. Now powering this bike is a 149cc 2-valve twin spark engine, that is our own DTSI engine, mated with a 5-speed gearbox. The maximum power delivered by this engine is 14 PS at 8500 rpm and the peak torque is 13 Nm at 6500 rpm. Now this 150cc motor has been our favorite because it is a very practical motor. You get good performance as well as good mileage. So it is a balance of both. Now if you look closely, 150 has grown over the years. So it does get an engine cowl as well as this tank design on it, making it look more sporty, and you have this carbon fiber finish over here. The ground clearance of the bike is 165 mm and the complete bike weighs 150 kgs. So 150 weighing 150. The bike gets a split seat, but it is a comfortable split seat. So it is comfortable for the rider as well as the pillion. You see this? One thing I would like to mention is that the grab rails for the 150 has changed, and I feel that the full grab rail was much more practical than this one. It looks definitely sporty, but then that was more practical. The rear tire is 120/80 section MRF Zapper mounted on a 17-inch black coated alloy wheel. Now as I already said that this is a dual disc brake variant, hence we get a 230mm disc brake in the rear. Now it does get an ABS sensor, but it is a single channel ABS setup. At the rear is the same LED tail light and the bulb style turn indicators. Now let's hop onto the saddle and check out the instrument cluster. And as I already said, the saddle is very comfortable and it is a very practical bike. Now if you can see, both of my feet are on the ground and I am above 5'9", and if you are also above 5'2", you can easily ride this bike. Now let's check out the instrument cluster. So it is the same semi-digital instrument cluster. So you have an analog tachometer and a digital speedometer, digital fuel gauge, odometer and trip meter. Now few indicators over the year have changed. So the side stand indicator is now on the digital meter. EFI malfunction indicator is over here on the tachometer, and the rest 4 are over here. The turn indicator, the neutral indicator, the high beam indicator and the ABS indicator. Now let's check out the handlebar. On the right hand side, you have the kill switch and the self start switch, and on the left hand side, you have the pass switch, the headlight control, the turn indicator control and the horn. It is a dual tone horn, and that is what I'm talking about. Every bike above the 150 segment should have a dual tone horn. Anyways, it's time for us to take this practical bike from Bajaj on a ride on the city roads of Pune. But before you go on a ride, don't forget to wear your helmet and follow all road safety rules. And if you think I'm kidding, just look over there. You see, even on the cycle the guy is wearing a helmet. That is how safety works. So go wear your helmet when you're going out on a ride. The bike is still very comfortable. The riding posture has not really changed, so you sit fairly upright while bending slightly towards front, and the slightly raised set foot pegs give you a sporty stance. The wide handlebars offer a good leverage on city roads as well as the highways. The saddle is very well padded and you get a comfortable ride on the bike. The same goes for the pillion as well. Talking about the engine, well, in becoming BS6 compliant, the bike has lost few torque figures, but on the brighter side, it has become much more smoother and refined. Now the power delivery is spread out throughout the rev range. So you don't get that pulsar punch, but the initial pickup is good. You have a good mid-range and it flats out in the top range. All said and done, it might have gained few kgs, but it is very good bike. You get a very good linear power delivery along with a comfortable ride. This balance right here is the key of Pulsar 150, and not to mention the fuel economy is also good. So the FI has made it more smoother. There are vibrations on the top range, but they have been reduced. The 5-speed unit is smooth and clicks every time you shift. Bajaj has really worked on the false neutral issue, and till now I haven't encountered any. The bike shifts really well. Along with that, the clutch is very light and smooth, which will definitely make your life easy in the traffic. With a smooth engine and a good shifting gearbox, the brake should also have an amazing bite. So the good news is the front brake is good, and it has always been. You might feel slight intrusion of ABS, but then it helps in avoiding the wheel lock. Now, as this is a twin disc variant, we have a disc brake in the rear, and it is okayish in terms of stopping power as well as feedback. I still feel it could have been slightly better, but overall in a combination both the brakes work really well and bring this bike to a halt. Both the suspensions are softly sprung. That means even the worst bump or pothole will be absorbed by the bike, making your ride comfortable. This bike iron outs the bad road and makes your riding experience smooth. Now with that, the feedback on the corner is on the lower side. But hey, it is a commuter bike with smart sporty looks, and it caters to your daily need. So if you are looking for all the power and sports, check out the NS160. We have already done a detailed ride review. Just click on the iCard on the top right corner of the screen. Overall, the bike is a good performer in this segment. It is very comfortable and practical. It can cater to your daily needs and can also take you out for weekends. I remember back in 2012 when I was in college, me and my friends used to do multiple journeys on the Pulsar 150, and it never broke down on us. In fact, it was our companion, and till date I have no complaints with it. Our ride with the Pulsar 150 has come to an end, and all I can say is that it is a pretty decent commuter bike. It is really practical. I mean, you will get good amount of performance and power that you require for the cities, as well as you will get a good fuel efficiency. So it is a balance between the two. So if you like the Pulsar 150, you can own it too, and it starts from 93,000 ex-showroom Pune and goes all the way up to 1,03,000 ex-showroom Pune. So this one is the 1,03,000 variant where you get dual disc brake setup. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you still have any doubts or any queries, you can leave it in the comment section below. Or I'll tell you a trick. Get in touch with us on our social media pages on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. We would help you as soon as possible. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss an update from Rev Explorers. So that's it from our end. We'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, stay home and stay safe. Bye bye.